along online. Thank you for answering our poll, and we're going to go over to Tahira, who's been monitoring all the action with less than 25 minutes to go. Tahira, I'm sure things are heating up online.
Hey, Marie, I mean, you're completely right. Now that we have that go for launch, people are on the edge of their seat right now, waiting on this historic moment to take flight. As you can see, photos are still coming in of just everyone around the country showing their excitement for this launch. And it's really been a touching thing to see how everyone's kept this excitement going from Wednesday's first attempt. So we just took a look at numbers, and we are now over 3 million people tuning in for this historic launch. And so for me personally, I just want to wish Bob and Doug the best of luck. This will be my own first time watching humans lift off to space from the United States, and it's just going to be a super emotional moment. For that, Marie, back to you at Kennedy for these last minutes before launch.
All right, thanks, Tahira. And Leland, we got 23 minutes and some change to go. What do you think Bob and Doug are feeling right now?
I think, they're very calm, cool, and collected as test pilots, but I think they're thinking about what are the steps that I have to take if a malfunction or something happens. And so the nominal stuff is all kind of automated, but if something happens where they have to intervene with those touch screens, that's what they're thinking.
Mm-hmm. And we're just inside 23 minutes now. So on Wednesday, we were 5 minutes further in the countdown when we heard that call to scrub.
Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie, z tej strony Roman i zapraszam Was na bardzo historyczny moment, mianowicie pierwszy start prywatnej tak naprawdę rakiety z astronautami na pokładzie. Startuje Crew Dragon, misja Demo 2. Stream już leci od 3 godzin jakoś, prawie 4 pewnie. Do startu zostały 22 minuty. Będziemy tutaj z Denisem gadać. Zapewne za bardzo nie słyszycie teraz streama, kiedy mam przyciszoną tą scenę. Być może nawet na tej scenie nie byłoby tak źle, w sensie nadal pewnie by się te głosy zlewały, także chwilę jeszcze stream będzie w tle. I słuchaj, jak my z Denisem będziemy gadać, też on raczej będzie w tle. W każdym razie, za chwilę się też pojawię z kamerką, tylko zadzwonię po Denisa. No i będziemy oczekiwać, bo mamy go to launch, bo to jest oczywiście druga próba i tym razem już udało się. Mamy zieloną pogodę, w sensie zielona jest good to go, także miejmy nadzieję, że się tym razem się uda. Także ja dzwonię do Denisa i będziemy za chwilę oglądać i się z Wami przywitam. Tak już na kamerce.
All right, we're going to go send it over to Gary for an update from Houston. Gary?
Hey Marie, the space station team here is focused. All eyes are on the system checks that are happening across the board, and we're listening in as we close in on launch, and I can tell you that things are looking very good. Chris Cassidy will be watching from the International Space Station, right now flying over the Pacific Ocean. It's heading to cross right over the launch pad. We might even get some good views from the station. Hope to be capturing those. We'll have the launch view and the big screen up front.
No niestety Denis mi nie odebrał. Także Denisa jeszcze chwilę nie będzie. W takim razie weźmiemy sobie... Kurczę, nie mam przygotowanej sceny, żeby to jakoś sensownie teraz wyglądało, żebym ja był z kamerką. Także po prostu... Ja nawet się nie będę już oddziwiać, żeby po prostu słuchać streama. Tak, żebyśmy coś po prostu słyszeli, co tam się dzieje.
That's it from us here in Mission Control Houston. I'll send it back over to the team in Hawthorne for the latest happening there. John.
T-minus 20 minutes, 30 seconds. We're continuing to count down. Everything is still looking good for launch of Falcon 9 and Dragon. 22 minutes, 45 seconds after the hour. Right now on the right-hand side, you can see a large white cloud coming off of the strongback. That is normal. As we get ready to load the second stage with liquid oxygen, we have to chill in the plumbing lines going up that strongback. And so as we relieve pressure, the moist, humid Florida air condenses around it, and that gives you the cloud. So that tells us that things are actually on schedule. We did begin propellant load at T-minus 35 minutes. Fuel loading on the second stage, I believe we just heard the call out that it is complete. First stage fuel load is continuing, and right now that's a little more than, that's about 60% of the way full. So things are looking good. Second stage is getting ready to begin the liquid oxygen loading. After they finish chilling in the lines that you see on the monitor, they'll begin the load at T-minus 16 minutes and 30 seconds. The range right now is go, ready to support. Weather continues to be go. As we inch our way closer
Dobra, hello, już przygotowałem scenę, że póki co tutaj Denisa nie ma. Też mogę sobie poprawić kamerkę. W każdym razie wszystko jest oczywiście na razie ok. Pogoda chyba też, także będzie, chyba się uda.
The Dragon mission director and the team there are reporting no issues. They've done their communications checkouts. The crew access arm, as you can see, is retracted away from the spacecraft. The crew is strapped in and they are ready to go. Now, final instructions will be going to the crew at T-minus 10 minutes. The crew displays will be configured for launch, and that setup will give astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley insight into how the launch is proceeding and provides constant updates on vehicle health. We've already heard the crew give their go, close their visors, and get ready for launch. For Dragon, it'll enter terminal count at T-minus 5 minutes. When it transitions to internal power, we'll hear continued callouts on the countdown net as we get close to zero and to liftoff. But right now, at T-minus 18 minutes, 15 seconds, everything continues to be go for an on-time launch. So Dan, Jesse, things are looking pretty good. How are they doing over at...
No dobra, także mamy good to go. Ostatnio przerwali mniej więcej na 16 minut, z tego co pamiętam, czy tam 17, także już chyba będziemy dalej. Tym razem pogoda jest już chyba dobra, nie ma żadnych zmian na złe. Szansa na start była 70%, także lecimy. Szkoda, że Denisa nie ma. Generalnie jak robiliśmy symulacje zaawansowane w RFX, to wszystko poszło idealnie, także nic nie jebnie, byleby pogoda się nie popsuła, dlatego Denis mi wczoraj obiecał, że nie doda nigdy do RFX pogody, także no, 17 minut nam zostało do startu i naprawdę historyczny moment, ja się jaram, generalnie to, nie wiem, ja się strasznie rozklejam, jak ja widzę po prostu jak rakieta startuje, ja się po prostu rozklejam, także ja się mogę rozpłakać po prostu, tym bardziej, że tutaj są ludzie na pokładzie i wiecie, to jest taki po prostu ważny start. Ja czasami na głupich satelitach, jak sobie oglądam w tle, jak słyszę te kolauty, jakoś tak się po prostu bardzo rozczulam, nie wiem dlaczego tak mam, ale mam nadzieję, że się nie popłaczę kompletnie. Także czekamy, 17 minut, szkoda, że Denisa nie ma. O, Denis właśnie dzwoni, także uwaga. No.
Ja jednak będę tatą moich oglądał, bo jakoś się zdarzyło tak, że jednak mają czas.
A, okej, dobra.
Dziwne rzeczy oglądają, a to nie jest w ich stylu, więc chcę im doradzać, co jest dobre, co jest złe.
Dobra.
No, to tam miłego streama.
Dzięki. No to jak sami słyszeliście, Denisa nie uświadczycie ze mną, bo ogląda z rodziną. Także no sam posiedzę. Oj, Morfi, oby nie, było bez przesady. Wiem, że vote jebni w ogóle, ale tutaj, mówię, zrobiliśmy zaawansowane symulacje w RFX, tam wszystko było ok, także nie powinno jebnąć.
Again, they're going to be doing a series of burns on the way uphill towards the International Space Station 5, spread out over the first 16 hours or so of their flight until they get much closer, and it's time for that approach and docking. And we are expecting that with an on-time launch to happen today. That'll be coming tomorrow in the afternoon.
No właśnie, także jutro jak będą dokować, też streama na pewno z tego zrobię. Chociaż to nie będzie pasjonujące, ale...
We have a special guest joining us. I'm going to toss it over to Jesse.
We are T-minus 15 minutes and 45 seconds from liftoff of our second demonstration mission today, and we have the honor of having SpaceX's president and COO, Gwen Shotwell, join us. Thanks, Gwen, for coming out and taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Thanks, Jesse.
We know you've been on console. How's the countdown been going so far?
W ogóle jedyny taki minus tej całej transmisji jest to, że to jest tylko 720p. Jakby dlaczego? Dlaczego to jest w takiej słabej rozdzielczości? U mnie to strasznie źle na monitorze wygląda, u was nie jest aż tak może źle, ale nadal.
And lightning at the staging location.
Of course.
But we will clear that hurdle at T-minus 7 minutes.
Awesome, great, very exciting. Now I'm going to throw it back to 2012 because you were on...
Coś gadali przy o pogodzie, tylko przy to, że mówiłem, nie załapałem do końca.
Space Station. How does that experience compare to today?
Stage 2 locks is on the DPs
So
and
I was nervous then. I stopped getting nervous for launches. Today I'm nervous again. Super nervous. Stomach and throat.
Understandable.
No, it's a fantastic day today. I'm really excited. The team is pulled together. It's such a professional operation. And when I say team, by the way, I mean SpaceX and NASA. These folks have been working incredibly hard and have done a fantastic job.
Yes, and we are all so excited. And we know that you have to get back inside of mission control, but is there anything that you wanted to say before liftoff to NASA and SpaceX?
Well, I want to thank NASA, of course, for their generosity and their help with getting to this place. I want to thank all the SpaceXers who have come together to make this.
Co tam tak sparuje z rakiety? To jest generalnie powietrze, się skrapla, ze względu na to, że przy załadunku paliwa i utleniacza przewody muszą być zimne, ogólnie wszystko musi być bardzo zimne. I to jest po prostu powietrze z atmosfery, które się skrapla. Tak przynajmniej mówił ostatnio mądry Jones ze SpaceX. Ja nie jestem tego pewien, bo też tam to są jakieś, wiecie, to są słowa angielskie, których nie do końca znam, bo to takie bardziej profesjonalne, ale tak mi się wydaje, że to coś w tym stylu. W każdym razie jest to normalne.
Take it away, John.
T-minus 13 minutes, 30 seconds, continuing to count down. We're continuing to load fuel onto the first stage. That should finish up in just about 6 minutes. Fuel is completely loaded on the second stage. That's closed out. And we are continuing to load liquid oxygen on both the first and second stage. The liquid oxygen load beginning on the second stage just about 3.5 minutes ago. We are also loading cryogenic helium into the storage vessels on the first and second stage, getting in the last little bits of helium when we keep it cryogenic, cold and liquefied. That gets us, just like we do with liquid oxygen, the maximum amount into the storage volume so that we can get the most performance out of the vehicle.
No to właśnie teraz też gadają o tej temperaturze, że po prostu kiedy jest zimne paliwo, można więcej w tej samej jednostce objętości go zmieścić. I siemano kamienny i ogólnie witam wszystkich.
Callouts that we're going to hear will probably be inside the T-minus 10 minutes when they talk to the crew. We'll listen for that. But at the moment, everything continuing to look good at T-minus 12 minutes and 20 seconds.
No tym razem jesteśmy 5 minut dalej w start i nie było żadnych calloutów, w sensie pogoda wcześniej była good to go, także.
Only a little over 12 minutes away. Just a reminder for everybody, it's about a 9-minute ride uphill. We'll have some dueling boxes going on as that first stage is going to be coming home while the second stage is carrying Bob and Doug into orbit. But obviously, we'll be keeping an eye on our astronauts the whole way uphill. Some of the calls that you'll be hearing, as there will be what we call performance calls over the Dragon to ground the entire way uphill. And you'll just hear some of the SpaceX engineers calling out trajectories and booster performance. So
ja też mam kamienne ciary. Ja mówiłem wcześniej, nie wiem jak dużo was wtedy było, ale powtórzę. Ja się strasznie rozczulam, jak widzę starty rakiet. Nawet taka głupia misja z jakimiś Starlinkami czy coś, czasami jak słyszę callouty czy coś, to po prostu jakoś tak miękko mi się robi i normalnie łzy mi same z oczów lecą. Tym bardziej, że teraz tutaj są jeszcze ludzie na pokładzie i będą rozmawiać z kontrolą misji i tak dalej, to jakby ja mogę się rozkleić generalnie. Mogę się rozkleić cały na streamie. Dadzą kamerę z kokpita. No, przed chwilą chyba powiedzieli, że przez cały lot będziemy mieli wgląd na astronautów. W sensie jakieś lądowania i tak dalej będą zawsze na drugiej kamerze. Pewnie gdzieś taki widok dostaniemy jak mamy teraz, ale będziemy cały czas widzieć astronautów. I chyba gdzieś koło ten -7 mają już dać ostateczny go for lunch, jeśli chodzi o pogodę.
They'll be going off the coast of Ireland at the later stages of the second stage if they have to abort. So just prepping you now for some of those calls. You're hopefully going to hear that word nominal a whole lot on the way uphill. 10.5 minutes. Things are pretty quiet. As John I said, it'll pick up right at about 10 minutes. We'll wait for the crew just to confirm.
Nie no, podejrzewam, że lądowanie na Księżycu to prędzej Starshipem, a nie Dragonem 3. Chociaż ja tam się nie znam, bo ja tak bardzo aż SpaceX nie śledzę. W sensie nie śledzę ich planów i tak dalej, śledzę starty i to, co się dzieje teraz.
Dragon and SpaceX confirmed displays are configured for launch.
SpaceX Dragon displays are configured for launch.
Copy. Bob, Doug, on behalf of the entire SpaceX team, it's been a huge honor to help you get ready for today's historic mission. Know that we're with you. Have an amazing flight and enjoy those views of our beautiful planet.
O, jak słodko! Oh my gosh!
Thanks, Jay. It is absolutely our honor to be part of this huge effort to get the United States back in the launch business. We'll talk to you for more of it. Thank you.
Copy all. Thanks for those words.
The SpaceX core, so again, that voice that's going to be talking to Bob and Doug throughout their mission from right here in Hawthorne, just offering a few quick words. The crew did confirm their crew displays are configured for launch. We are coming up on 9 minutes and counting.
Nie, napisów na pewno nie będę robić. Ja to generalnie, jeżeli ktoś ode mnie oczekuje jakiegoś tłumaczenia, co tu się dzieje, mogę coś tam czasami powiedzieć, ale bo ja nie jestem aż tak płynny, żeby tłumaczyć na bieżąco. Tym bardziej, że tu się czasami pojawiają słowa trudne z angielskiego, których nie znam po prostu. I nawet nie wiem, jakie napisać, żeby sprawdzić. Tym bardziej, że to są rzeczy techniczne, albo związane z pogodą, tylko bardziej zaawansowaną, a nie taką prostą.
When we open the valves, that'll allow us to begin chilling the 9 Merlin 1D turbopumps on the first stage engine. It'll take a few minutes to get them cold enough to where they would then be ready to pass the large amounts of liquid oxygen through the pumps and into the main thrust chambers when we get to engine ignition at T-minus 2 seconds. We don't want to try to run highly chilled liquid oxygen through a warm pump. You would flash that into gas, and running gas through a high-speed pump is not a good thing. So right now, we are waiting for T-minus 7 minutes. That'll start the engine chill. Shortly after that, we will also get the fuel shutdown.
No dobra. No tak, to trzeba się specjalizować po prostu w takim tłumaczeniu, bo trzeba jakby jednocześnie słuchać i mówić, tak?
As I mentioned, at T-minus 7 minutes as we start the chill, we will also get into the final topping off of stage 1 fuel, and then the fuel load will complete.
I tu też być może o tym powiem, bo to pewnie dużo osób nie wie, dlaczego okienka startowe w tych misjach są takie, że jeżeli że jest tylko ten jeden czas. Ten jeden czas jest tylko od momentu, kiedy zaczną ładować paliwo, dlatego że kiedy paliwo się skończy ładować, później muszą startować od razu, bo inaczej już później no, po prostu by nie dolecieli. Także dlatego, gdyby odliczanie zostało przerwane przed załadowaniem paliwa, z tego co wiem, mają jakby wydłużone okienko czasowe, startowe, ale od kiedy załadowali już paliwo, to już nie ma powrotu. Jeżeli coś się teraz spieprzy, pogoda się zepsuje, coś się w rakiecie spieprzy, jest kompletny koniec misji.
As I mentioned, the pre-valves are open.
Nawet, znaczy powiem tak, nawet jeżeli rakieta jebnie, co jest mało prawdopodobne, to przynajmniej astronauci powinni przeżyć, bo powinien Dragon się oddzielić od rakiety.
We should hear that call out RP1 load complete coming up in about 6 minutes. Again, RP1 is just that densified kerosene or that rocket fuel.
Nie no, nie będziemy banować za swoje zdanie, tak? No może być team vote jebnie, może być team vote jebnie i vote nie jebnie, także no. Ale nie, no tutaj szansa, żeby coś jebło, tym bardziej, że całe sprawdzanie statku w obu 2 razy przebiegło bez żadnych problemów, także szansa jest bardzo mała.
That call out indicates that the fuel loading on the first stage is complete. Draining back the lines now, so first stage and second stage fuel are complete. Liquid oxygen loading is continuing on both stages. You can see on the view on...
Dobra, czyli paliwo już jest, teraz tylko utleniacz i za chwilę start. 5,5 minuty.
As the tank skins are chilled by the densified liquid oxygen, picking up the humidity from the Florida air.
Dla SpaceX wybuchło duży rakiet, także... Ale każdy taki wybuch pozwala im ulepszyć te rakiety i każda następna jest teoretycznie bardziej bezpieczna, bardziej reliable. Nie wiem, jakie jest na to słowo po polsku. To mam taką fajną rzecz właśnie, że mi często, ja wiem jak coś powiedzieć po angielsku, ale brakuje mi słowa po polsku. Także... No i Starship to ma takie coś do wybuchowania. A i teraz już w ogóle jesteśmy poniżej 5 minut. Komputery Dragona, ogólnie rakiety, przejęły już kontrolę nad startem.
Pressurizing the Falcon 9 tanks, we're going to open the clamp arm around the second stage and begin to retract the strongback. We'll move back.
Najgorsze jest to, bo normalnie tam na miejscu jest tłum ludzi I kiedy rakieta startuje, wiecie, są ogromne oklaski, i w ogóle, a teraz tego tak brakuje przez COVID-a. Masakra.
Launch director called out the strong back retract has started. On the left, you'll see it go back just a couple of degrees.
Stage 1 RPM lead.
Okej, czyli to coś białe, co podtrzymuje rakietę, za chwilę się odchyli.
We are just 4 minutes away from liftoff. Again, at this moment, Bob and Doug are really...
A, dzięki za pozdrowienia, a ty się kamienny nie znasz.
They have insight directly into Dragon and the Falcon 9. They're able to see where their fuel loading is at, how everything's progressing down with the count.
AFTS final setup started.
Three and a half minutes from launch.
And the strong back is now reclining away from the Falcon 9.
Właśnie też chciałem powiedzieć, że wygląda jakby się modliło, ale chyba się nie modlą, bo tu żadnych znaków krzyża nie było. Po prostu, no wiecie, skupiają się. Oj, no dobra, mogę ci dać w sumie moda. Masz. Ale nie banuj bez powodu, bo wtedy ci zabiorę, bo to za to ci zbrałem.
I'll go bleed. Dragon has transitioned to terminal count and is on internal power. Stage 1, LOX load close out.
Okay, we're at T-minus 2 minutes, 42 seconds. Stage 1 LOX load is closed out. Stage 2 will continue to load for about another half a minute or so. Once we get the completion of Stage 2 LOX loading, we have to vent down the line, so you'll see another large white cloud coming off of the strongback. That'll be normal. That'll happen around
transitioning to
T-minus 1 minute and 40 seconds. We're going on internal power now.
No dobra, 2 minutki.
Stage 2 LOX load being complete. It's been almost 9 years since we've been in this position. A lot of work done by thousands of people to get to this point.
Ręce mi się kurwa trzęsą. Znaczy może teraz to bardziej trzęsę, żeby pokazać, ale naprawdę. O! Woda. Co jest kurwa? Czyżby tam deszcz zaczął padać? Wait, bo nie słuchałem. What the fuck, co to za woda? Czy to coś tak ma być chyba? Kamerę zalewają.
Dragon is in auto idle.
Stage 2 LOX load complete. All fuel, all oxidizer on Falcon 9. 1 minute 34 seconds to go till launch.
1,5 minutki.
Ground gas closeouts is starting.
Minuta 15. Kurwa mać. O! Minus 60 seconds.
Falcon 9 is in startup. Dragon is in countdown.
A jeszcze mi się
FTS
zawiesiła
is
kamerka.
armed for launch.
Szybko działaj. O, ty, słychać jakieś klaskanie.
FTS, the flight termination system has been armed.
No nie, kamerka mi się zjebała.
Dragon, SpaceX, go for launch.
O. Dobra, jest go for launch.
We're go for launch. Let's light this candle.
T-minus 30 seconds.
30. Ale będzie odliczanko. T-minus 20.
Stage 1 tanks pressing for flight.
T-minus 15 seconds. Uwaga, uwaga. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Uwaga!
Ignition.
And liftoff! Jest, poszła, tak! Dajcie na astronautów! No kurde! Dajcie na nich! Denis ogląda z rodziną, jest! Dobra, lecą!
So rises a new era of American spaceflight, and with it the ambitions of a new generation.
Come on, dajcie na astronautów!
20 seconds into flight, stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Dobra, najgorsze będzie Max Q, do Max Q niedaleko.
Seconds into this historic mission. Flying crew on board Dragon and Falcon 9 and look at them go.
No czemu nie ma kamer w środku? Ale bullshit.
We're throttling down to get ready for the period of maximum dynamic pressure. We're in the throttle bucket.
No kurde, jakby dla mnie jedyne wytłumaczenie, że tu nie ma kamery teraz na astronauce jest takie, że nie mają połączenia i coś im zerwało akurat tamte. Bo to jest kamera naziemna nadal. Dobra, Max Q jest Supersonic, także najgorsze w teorii już za nami. Max Q to jest największe przeciążenie aerodynamiczne w trakcie lotu.
M1D throttle up.
We're throttling back up to full power as we're through Max Q.
Copy, 1 Bravo.
And we heard that 1 Bravo call out. That's just the second abort zone that they're in. They'll continue to be on this.
Jest, są. Jest ze środka, tylko czemu ta? Ja chcę na ich mordy. Ale zajebiście. No ale właśnie, zrywa im kamerę.
Already moving at over 1,500 miles per hour.
Zrywa im kamerę po prostu.
Engine chill. That's getting the MVAC engine ready to light. That'll come at about 2:44 into flight. Right now, everything continuing to look good. Next major event coming up is going to be the triple. We'll have main engine cutoff of the 9 first stage engines, stage separation, and then ignition of the second stage engine to continue to carry astronauts into orbit.
Tak, oczywiście jutro stream z dokowania jak najbardziej będzie. Jeszcze nie wiem, o której to dokowanie jest, ale to wam powiem pod koniec, sobie zobaczymy, bo oni pewnie zapowiedzą. I dobra, za chwilę też ważny milestone. Oby jeszcze tylko Falcon wylądował. Jak Falcon wyląduje, to już jest o tak o.
Engines on the first stage.
I uwaga, za chwilę będzie Miko. I powinno być Miko, tak.
Miko.
2 Alpha.
Falcon stage separation confirmed.
I się oddzielają. Dobra, jest.
Copy, 2 Alpha.
Kurwa, ale fajnie.
MVAC ignition.
I lecą dalej. Tak jest. Jest, są.
We have stage separation confirmed. The first stage
Koło
beginning
13
its
dokowanie,
flight
możliwe.
back. The second stage being powered by that.
Znaczy generalnie 19 godzin stąd, mniej więcej, to trzeba by policzyć.
Acquisition of signal
Carrying
logs.
Bob and Doug into orbit. So they're going to continue under the power of this second
Stage 2 propulsion is nominal.
which will cut off at SECO, or second engine cut off at about 8 minutes and 44 seconds into today's flight. So a little over 5 minutes to go still on this second stage. You heard the call out to Alpha, so they're now in the longest abort zone that carries them all the way from about North Carolina up the eastern seaboard almost to Canada. Things looking good though, getting good call outs, nominal propulsion on that second stage. Bob and Doug continuing to make their way into orbit.
No dobra.
Dragon SpaceX nominal trajectory.
Wszystko jest dobrze.
Acquisition of signal Bermuda.
SpaceX Dragon nominal trajectory.
All right, here in nominal trajectory, so Dragon pointed in the right direction, continuing to make their flight uphill. Heard acquisition of signal Bermuda. That's one of the other ground stations that they're using to get telemetry and data back from this spacecraft.
Stage 2 propulsion is still nominal.
No dobra, pewnie jeszcze dopiero do następnych eventów jeszcze jakieś pewnie z 3-4 minutki. Nawet może trochę więcej. W każdym razie, no teraz najważniejszy event to jest lądowanie pierwszego członu. No i później wyłączenie drugiego silnika. I wtedy to pewnie na tym się skończy w ogóle transmisja. Bo oni będą musieli później poczekać, aż dolecą do Międzynarodowej Stacji Kosmicznej.
Bob and Doug flying at more than 5,600 miles
Dragon
per hour.
SpaceX nominal trajectory.
Already almost 200 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. Nominal trajectory continuing.
Okej, z tego co widzę, to będą lądować na barce chyba, tym członem, bo lecą na wschód. Wiem, jak mi się wydaje. To trochę ciężko mówić o wschodzie, kiedy się nie ma dokładnego położenia Ziemi, się nie widzi kontynentów, ale wydaje mi się, że będą lądować na barce.
While they continue uphill, looks like we are getting a view of the first stage as well.
Yep, on your right screen, you can see that first stage with the grid fins deployed. It's making its way back to attempt to land on our drone ship, Of Course, I Still Love You today.
Of course I still love you, dokładnie.
A couple minutes away from the entry burn, and that's where 3 of the 9 Merlin engines do ignite to help slow the vehicle down as it re-enters back into the Earth's atmosphere. And then after the entry burn will be the landing burn, which is just a single engine
Dragon
burn.
SpaceX nominal trajectory.
And you heard
Nominal
Starting
trajectory.
chill for entry burn.
there's that call out. They are still on a nominal trajectory on Dragon, still on second stage, and that's that MVAC engine on second stage on your left screen. Again, on your right screen is that first stage booster coming back towards our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. We're about a minute away from entry burn.
Meanwhile, that second stage continuing to power Dragon into orbit. Again, if you're keeping an eye on that timer, that's going to continue to burn until 8 minutes and 44 seconds into flight. So a little over 2 minutes from now, we'll hear the call out SECO. It'll then be a little
Stage 2 propulsion is still good.
A little over 3 minutes until Dragon physically separates from the second stage of the Falcon 9 after the upper
Dragon
stage gets a
SpaceX
chance.
nominal trajectory.
Dragon copies. Nominal trajectory.
Continuing to check in with Bob and Doug as they are on a nominal trajectory. Just about 10 seconds away from that first stage, starting that entry burn on your right screen. We should be able to see that view live.
Dobra, może nawet nie zerwie na powrocie. Za chwilę będzie rakieta zwalniać, także tu może być trochę problem z transmisją, ale nie jest ok. Bardzo ładnie jest.
There is that entry burn beginning. This burn lasts about 36 seconds long.
Stage 2 FTS is safe.
Kurwa, aż mi się chce w kerbale zagrać, ale nie mam czasu najgorzej. Pokażę wam po zakończeniu streama, na czym teraz siedzę od kilku dni. Jak to CGI wyszło? Zajebiście, człowieku. No patrz, jacy ludzie realistyczni są.
From SECO, we'll have a number of
Siemanko, Wiktor, siemanko.
in rapid succession. It'll be the second engine cut off.
Stage 1
We'll be
entry burn
looking
shut
for
down.
that stage 1 landing burn shortly after.
Yeah, actually, just within a few seconds of each other. It's such a cool
Dobra, czyli najpierw będą rozdzielać crew Dragona, a później będzie lądowanko praktycznie zaraz obok. Oby lądowania jeszcze, jak lądowania nie zerwie w kamerach, to będzie picobello.
We are coming up 25 seconds or so away from SECO, or second engine cutoff.
This is also the point where Bob and Doug are experiencing.
No, nie, zerwało, jednak. No widzisz, tak zrobili kamienny realnie CGI, że nawet im zrywa sygnał.
So that just means they're in their final abort zones. If they were to abort at this point, would either be an abort to orbit or to land off the coast of Ireland, standing by for second
Stage 1 landing
cutoff
startup.
confirmation.
MVAC throttle step. MVAC shut down. Stage 1 landing learn.
No i niestety nie będzie kamery na lądowanie. O, a może będzie, uwaga.
Now we are waiting for our first stage to make its way to our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You.
Dragon SpaceX nominal orbital insertion.
Launch escape confirmation, nominal
Dragon
orbital
copies.
insertion.
Nominal
Stage
orbital
1 landing leg
insertion.
deploy.
And what you're seeing on your screen is a live view of our drone ship.
Dobra, już się lądowanko zaczęło, bo zerwało oczywiście. Oj, mi kamerkę też popsuło przy okazji.
Lost that live view, but
No niestety. Także czekamy na potwierdzenie, aż wylądowało. Miejmy nadzieję, że wylądowało. Wylądowało! Jest! Dobra, trzeba poklaskać. Tak jest!
this is the first Falcon 9 to carry
Acquisition of signal
humans to
Newfoundland.
orbit, so very exciting for us. And as you can see on your right,
O, tak jak widzę, będą mniej więcej przelatywać nad Polską. Trochę może nie, bo tam nie widzę dokładnie tej linii, ale mamy to. Gentlemen, we got him.
It doesn't stop.
it does not stop.
All right, we did hear again that call out, good orbital insertion. So that means Falcon 9 and Dragon right now exactly where they're supposed to be.
And we need a FRC on recovery 1.
And it's right at about 12 minutes.
O! Dragon! Zajebisty!
indicator floating around there. I know Bob and Doug owe us a little bit about what exactly that is that they brought up with them.
And before separation, before Dragon initiates separation from the second stage, they do make sure to they do ensure that the vehicle is not spinning and it is in good condition before we separate.
That's right. The upper stage does small attitude maneuver using some cold gas thrusters built into the rocket body itself.
Exactly. So we do expect that separation.
O, no jakby mieli małego Starmana.
They do wait until they have full confirmation that it is ready to separate. Such cool views. I cannot get over this view that we are seeing right now. Bob and Doug.
No w ogóle zajebistą kamerę zrobił, bo tak jakbyś leciał praktycznie z nimi gdzieś tam na tylnym siedzeniu. Chociaż tak naprawdę oni tutaj się nie muszą w ogóle wykazywać, bo w sumie to samo się leci, tak? Jakby.
Traveling in excess of 27,000 meters per second, or about 16,000 miles per hour. So again, we're just standing by. That separation event should be coming up shortly. Then they'll begin a series of checks on the Draco thrusters that are going to be used to maneuver and then power Dragon on its flight to the International Space Station. Standing by for separation.
Expected loss of signal, walls.
It sounds like we had an expected LOS loss of signal with one of the ground stations. Waiting for confirmation now.
Dobra, jest. Rozdzielił się Dragon.
Dragon separation confirmed.
There is a great view right in front of you
Countdown
of
1
Dragon separating.
Separation confirmed.
And there's that
Yay!
color. Dragon is now officially making its way to the International Space Station today.
Dragon SpaceX, with that separation call, we have a few words for you from our Falcon 9 team.
Standing by.
Dragon, Chief Engineer on Dragon to Ground. Bob Doug, on behalf of the entire launch team, thanks for flying with Falcon 9 today. We hope you enjoyed the ride and wish you a great mission.
Jak słodko.
Thanks, Bala. Congratulations to you and the F9 team for the first human ride for Falcon 9. And it was incredible. Appreciate all the hard work and thanks for the great ride to space.
Copy all.
Praktycznie zrobili idealnie. Gdyby te kolauty były minutę później w papieżową godzinę, wtedy by było o tak o.
Today, putting America back into low Earth orbit from the Florida coast.
Copy all. Good luck. Godspeed.
All right, so Bob and Doug are in
Dragon
space.
SpaceX, we confirm nominal ECLS activation and service section Draco checkouts. Nose cone deploys in progress.
Copy all. We're monitoring.
The core here in Hawthorne.
Nie wiem jak oni w te kerbale grają, ale mi się bardzo chciało zagrać w kerbale, ale nie mam czasu.
The nose cone is deploying, so again that nose cone is going to open up a little bit more than 90 degrees, goes up to about I think 105 degrees, and that's going to expose the actual docking ring and the hatch that they're going to be going through once they attach to the International Space Station, and also 4 of those Draco thrusters, we call them the forward bulkhead thrusters, that are going to be used for these major phase burns or firings of those thrusters to actually raise their orbit gradually over the coming hours. Also heard good activation of the ECLS, that's the Environmental Control and Life Support System. That's everything controlling their atmosphere, just keeping Dragon a nice, safe, habitable environment where they're going to be living for the next 19 hours until they arrive at the space station.
Right, exactly. And Falcon 9's job may be done for today, but the mission is not over. Crew Dragon's job is not done. As you can see, Bob and Doug are still inside Crew Dragon, making their way. It will be a 19-hour trip to the International Space Station before they dock tomorrow morning.
O, dobra, otworzyli hełmy.
Such cool views. I love that we can get these live views here and see and watch what they're doing now that they are in orbit.
Yeah, it's incredible to just be looking over their shoulder, to be along for the ride. and we're going to be with them, and we're going to be with all of you the entire way for their journey to the space station. We're going to be covering live throughout. Bob and Doug will obviously have a sleep period where they'll get about 8 hours of sleep a little bit later today before they wake up for all of their final approach. One of the major things we are looking forward to in the next couple of hours is going to be their first turn at the controls. So they're actually going to be using those touchscreen displays to take control.
Nie, no całość na pewno nie oglądamy, znaczy ja to zostawię w tle, bo robota, którą mam, jest taka, że jest nudna w pizdu, powtarzalna i dobrze jest mieć coś włączone w tło. Ale nie spodziewałem się, że będzie cała droga pokazana, streamowana.
I mean, we had a smooth ride uphill, both stages of the Falcon 9 doing their job, placing Bob and Doug into orbit. I mean, this is a day, this is a historical day. This is
No właśnie nie robię devlive. To jest właśnie najgorsze. Pokażę za chwilę.
Since the Space Shuttle program came to an end in 2011.
Yes.
And the weather cooperated.
Yes. Second time's a charm.
Right.
All right, so day for the history books. As you can see, we have lost some live signal there, but the mission still continues, and we're going to send it over to KSC to continue broadcasting live with you
Expected loss
guys.
of signal in Newfoundland.
Yeah, Jesse and Dan, we are just in awe over here. When I woke up this morning and looked at the weather forecast, I was like, man, we're going to be back here on Sunday, but we did it. The room cleared out. Everybody was outside watching, and inside the lights were shaking, the cameras were shaking. Lauren came back in with tears in her eyes. This is really amazing.
I can't believe it. I saw it with my own eyes. This is
Prawie kamienny. Tam te K trochę co innego znaczy, ale...
We got them up there, and there's a lot more to go. But I'm so happy they're safe right now. I'm just so happy.
Yeah. Leland, you were talking about it. It's amazing what we can do when we work together.
Yes, American astronauts on an American rocket from American soil, showing you what Americans can do when we come together as a team and blast Doug and Bob off to the cosmos. This is what it's all about, and their families and everyone is working together to take them up to space safely. So I don't know what to say. That rocket fuel is still in my veins, and I want to go get on the rocket.
Well, it's too late now. Maybe the next one.
I know.
But we want to go over to Daryl at OSB2. He's there with the administrator, who hopefully has more words than we do, because we're still kind of speechless. Daryl?
Pretty incredible here, Marie, at the Operations Support Building, where a chorus of applause has been happening from the beginning of launch and throughout the various stages. Some very special guests were here to watch it. That includes President Donald Trump, Vice President Mike Pence, and NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine, who joins me now. And you were with the President and the Vice President.
Co oni mają z tą kamerą, że jest taka rozfokusowana?
Human astronauts again. Tell me how you feel about that, and tell me about the President watching launch and what happened there.
So this has been a long time coming. It's been 9 years since we've launched American astronauts on American rockets from American soil, and now it's done. We have done it. It's been way too long. I want to give a lot of credit to Charlie Bolden. He was my predecessor as the NASA administrator. He fought hard for this program at a time when it didn't get any support in Congress. We now have an administration that is fully supportive of our spaceflight initiatives, not just on the exploration, discovery, going to the moon, onto Mars, but also from a Space Force perspective. Our budgets are going up, things are strong, and today was just just an amazing day. You know, one of the things the President did right out of the gate when he became President is he created what's called the National Space Council. And he put the Vice President as chairman of the National Space Council. And on that National Space Council, you've got the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Commerce, the Secretary of Transportation, the Secretary of Education, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, all of these different amazing individuals that deal with space day in and day out. A lot of people don't realize how many parts of the federal government deal with space. And the Vice President invited those members of the National Space Council here as well. So we just had, and then we had members of Congress, bipartisan members of Congress, Republicans and Democrats, who have been involved in supporting this program you know, for a long time now. So I'll just tell you, I'm breathing a sigh of relief. But I will also tell you, I am not going to celebrate until Bob and Doug are home safely. Tomorrow, they're going to dock to the International Space Station. Tonight, I'm heading to Houston to be at the Johnson Space Center when that happens. So it's a bit of a relief. The nose cone is now open. It's now deployed, which means that
No, na razie kamienny, papa.
some burns. We're going to have some phasing burns. We're going to have some boosting burns, and we're going to get as much as we can in alignment with the International Space Station as early as possible here. But also, I know it's hard, but the big thing that we need to do now is we got to get Bob and Doug, who have now gone through this exercise twice. They need to get some rest. But I can guarantee you there will be no rest for a good amount of time while they're up there in orbit.
And they are certainly on their way, and a lot of people joining us for this entire celebration and watching it. We just heard 10 million people watching live as this launch happened, and President Donald Trump becoming the third sitting president to watch a launch live from the Kennedy Space Center. The first.
To be clear, I think he's the only sitting president to watch American astronauts launch on a brand new rocket that has never launched before, and that's a big risk. He also said we're going to go to the moon by 2024. That means he's...
Właśnie, nie wiem bo na mapie, na pewno będą przelatywać nad Europą, blisko Polski, ale rozdzielczość na kamerze była za słaba, żeby zobaczyć, czy to będzie stricte nad Polską. Wydaje mi się, że może zahaczyć o jakiś południowy zachód Polski, ale nie jestem tego pewien.
What was it like watching the launch with the president? How did he react?
Oh, I'll tell you, it's obviously something that is near and dear to him. He said it a year and a half ago. He put it in the State of the Union speech. He said, we're going to launch American astronauts on American rockets from American soil. And of course, I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, we better get after this. Of course, we've worked overtime to make it happen. We might be a little behind schedule, but we got it done, and we got it done safely. We're knocking on wood, but so far so good. It's looking good.
You personally, Jim, as that rocket was lifting off and you felt that rumble?
Yeah.
What'd you feel? What'd you experience?
Well, I was praying. I'm not going to lie to you. I was praying. I was praying for Bob and Doug. I was praying for their families. I was praying for their safe return, even though they're just going. But man, I'll tell you, it was, I've heard that rumble before, but it's a whole different feeling when you've got your own team on that rocket. And they are our team. They are America's team. This is Launch America. This is everything that America has to offer in its purest form. And times are tough right now. There is no doubt. We've got the coronavirus pandemic. We have other challenges as a country. But I hope this moment in time is an opportunity for everybody to reflect on humanity and what we can do when we work together, when we strive, and when we achieve. And if this can inspire a young child to become the next Elon Musk or the next Jeff Bezos or the next Sir Richard Branson, then that's what this is all about.
Or the next Jim Bridenstine.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't put me in that category, but.
Well, we appreciate your leadership for the Space Agency at this time, and congratulations on an amazing day in the launch.
Thank you. It's been a great ride.
Dobra, słuchajcie, na tym zakończymy tutaj moje oglądanie. Znaczy zostawię teraz streama, ale generalnie już się będę z wami żegnać, ale miałem tylko pokazać, co robię, także pozwolicie, że ja to tylko odpalę. Będzie tutaj. Generalnie to trzeba szósteczków się nachapać, żeby była kasa za sypanie w następnym roku. I robię panoramy. Wirtualną wycieczkę po szkole, mam już zrobione zdjęcia, teraz muszę porobić panoramę. I generalnie proces jest trudny, długi i nudny, bo te zdjęcia trzeba zlajnować. Tu jak widzicie i tak jeszcze są problemy z tymi krzesłami. Tu już mam ogarnięte i oczywiście jest dużo tych innych zdjęć i to generalnie teraz działam. Także ja do tego lecę, będę sobie słuchał tego streamu zapewne w tle. Wam dziękuję za oglądanie. Historyczny moment, no, wystartowali. Także oby dolecieli później bezpiecznie na stację, byleby zadokowali i byleby wylądowali. Także na pewno będą streamy z dokowania i będą streamy z powrotu. Także na to już teraz zapraszam. A teraz kończymy. Tu mamy jeszcze jakiś film. Nie wiem o czym. Zostawię go być może do końca. W każdym razie na tym ja się żegnam z wami, także dzięki za oglądanie i do zobaczenia na kolejnych streamach. Pa, pa!
Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go now.